Reporting live from the Rhode pop-up in Newport, Rhode Island, day one. The line goes so far back there and so far up there.
This stupid pop-up, that was so unorganized. And it is 2026. You are a name brand. You are a big brand. That should not have happened. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, was this a show? We were told it was gonna be a max 2 hours in line. In total, I was in line for 10 plus hours.
And pineapple does not belong on pizza. Now, that might be debatable. What isn't debatable is people were actually standing in line for hours to get their hands on some products, specifically Rhode makeup products. And I want y'all to tell me this, which one is crazier? Me saying that pineapple absolutely doesn't belong on pizza, or you seeing people do things like this?
Reporting live from the Rhode pop-up in Newport, Rhode Island, day one. It's Thursday. What day is it? The line goes so far back there and so far up there. I'm not kidding. It's 8:03 in the morning. They apparently give out 1,000 wristbands. I don't even know what 1,000 people look like, so I hope there's also security everywhere.
Come with me to the Rhode pop-up in Newport, Rhode Island for their opening day. I arrived at 9:30 and the line was already almost like half a mile long. The day started off with good vibes and fun times, meeting new people, making new friends. Nitro Bar was kind enough to hand out coffees throughout the day. You can see Audrey and Timmy, and they actually ended up cutting off the line before 11 o'clock. It was capped at 1,000 people, I guess. You waited in line for literally 8 hours, and by 3 p.m. I was so hungry I had to go to Nitro Bar and get food and a matcha. By 4 p.m. I think a lot of people were losing hope, and a lot of the products were selling out. But genuinely, the idea of the pop-up was really cute. I think it was just very poorly managed and very poorly executed. All I can say, if you plan on going and you want the limited edition stuff, you're gonna have to get there at 1 in the morning and be prepared to wait 8+ hours. Genuinely, I'd never go again.
It's 9:30 p.m. I just got back from the Rhode Newport pop-up. You guys want to see what I got? You want to see what I got? I'm pissed off. I'm actually pissed off.
Yeah.
1, I have so much I have to say. 2, I'm pissed off because now I'm missing Love Island. I'm missing Love Island. Anyway, let me give you a haul. Here's my beautiful Rhode bag that I just waited 9 hours for, right? You guys want to see what I got after waiting 9 hours? The glazing milk in a lip liner. But don't you worry, don't you worry, because we also got Rhode tattoos and puffy stickers. Oh my God.
So let me get this straight. There's only 1,000 people who were able to secure products, and you was there all day, and this is what we seeing in the back. Maybe there's more. Let's see.
Rhode touch and puffy stickers. Oh my God, we're so lucky, so blessed. And we got a little bag. I literally have so much I have to say about this pop-up. I need to take a minute. Like I said, right now it is 9:30 p.m. I just pulled into my house. I got to the Rhode pop-up at 9:30 in the morning, okay? 9:30 in the morning. I wrote down a list of complaints that I have. Number 1, the wait times, okay? I have so much I have to say. I don't even think I'll be able to organize my thoughts right now. 1, the first thing we heard is that they're only letting 1,000 people in. They only have enough inventory for 1,000 people. Hence the wristbands, right?
Right.
Hence what the wristbands were for. The first 1,000 people got a wristband. 1, you should say that. You should have said that. You should have posted that you only have inventory for the first 1,000 people. Don't make it sound like the pop-up is from 11 to 8 p.m. and you can come in willy-nilly whenever you want and that like you can just walk and get what you... No. You should have said they open at 11, it's first come, first serve, 1,000 people. That would have... Period.
What, was people leaving? Like, I'm surprised that needed to be explained. The reason being is because I know how people are so thirsty for makeup product, free products, standing in a line. People love to do that. So I'm like, what?
The wristbands, right? The first 1,000 people got wristbands. So why were people without a wristband getting merchandise before the people with the wristbands? Why? You had 10 security guards there. How are people cutting the line? How are people getting away with cutting the line, babe? Like, these wristbands should have been neon fucking pink, babe. Like, why is it nude?
I mean, ma'am, to be fair, it's more nude on you because it depends. But nonetheless, that is a good point. Why would they be getting stuff before the people with the wristbands?
You should have been showing your wristband while you're ordering your... Pause. Another thing is the merchandise, right? Which is what most people came for. The Rhode hoodie, the Terry bag, the brush.
So y'all stood in line for hours for a Rhode hoodie, bag, and some blush. Is this stuff not sold online that was at the pop-up? Because if not, why not just get it online? And I understand, you know, people want to be thrifty, but y'all was out there all day?
Yes, you can get the makeup online. They had a bunch of whatever. If you only had 300 hoodies for the day, you should have said you only have 300. I don't know how many hoodies they had, but you should have said you only have 300 hoodies for the day. Obviously, we're not daft. We know you're probably not gonna have 1,000 hoodies, okay? But when they were handing out the wristbands and when you got your wristband, they literally said, this guarantees that you're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get anything you want. The wristband, if you get the wristband, you're gonna get in and you're gonna get what you want, okay? Great. So here I am, I'm thinking 1,000 people, I'm number 700 something. Like maybe I'm gonna get what I want.
Right.
I know there probably wasn't 700 hoodies. Obviously there wasn't 700 hoodies. But like if you only have 300 hoodies, you need to say that so that when people are waiting in line, like they're not thinking they're gonna get a hoodie, because you're not. Another thing is we got in that line at 9:30. Why the did we not get our till 8 p.m.?
Whoa, so y'all did a whole dang near 12-hour shift waiting on a hoodie that allegedly everybody didn't get. And then she said some of the stuff could have been bought online.
Why am I waiting in line for 10 hours, bro?
Personal choice. And I'm not saying it couldn't have been ran better, but based off of what I'm hearing, this sounds like all of y'all made a personal decision to stand in the line. And you have the right to stand in as many lines as you want. There's gonna be new lines next week for something. Like every week is something that y'all standing in line for. And they know that. These companies know that. Y'all love a good line. So the answer to the question is, why did y'all stand in line? Because y'all wanted to. And I respect everybody's right to do what you want. But just because you stand in the line doesn't mean you're always going to get the thing that you're expecting to get, which we keep showing time after time after time after time on this channel. With all these lines that we've been seeing people stand in, I'm not really shocked of why they're shocked that they're not getting the things that they want. Another theory that I have is that a lot of these companies, in my opinion, love the press that ends up happening because of the customers being frustrated. Like, you're not about to convince me that all of these brands be doing things to tick off a lot of these customers that are going to these events or these launches. You're not about to convince me it's not on purpose. She said they only had 300 hoodies and 1,000 wristbands. So 700 people likely wanted that same hoodie that she's standing in line for from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Y'all don't think that the brand knew that them other remaining 700 people wouldn't want that hoodie? They create these situations and people get on TikTok and social media and they do the same old okie doke every time. Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. They didn't have enough for everybody of the thing that we all want. And what's interesting about this Rhode thing is it sounds like they created not only exclusivity with the 1,000 people allegedly getting everything they want, but within that 1,000 people, only 300 people were going to get the hoodie. They just created a status symbol. Like, oh, I got the hoodie, you didn't get the hoodie.
Not even 1,000 people ahead of me. Are you? Like, what? Okay, Sierra, bring it down. Bring it down. The communication of this entire thing is what really got me, okay? Because I don't even know who he was, but the man I posted the video of, which I haven't even read the comments on, I'm gonna read them later. But him and his excuses was actually pissing me off. And at the end, he was the one that took my order. And at the end, when he was taking my order, he was really trying to like make us feel better. Hold on, there's actually so much I have to say about this. For one, they did update us throughout the day on what sold out. The first thing to go was like the terry bag and the brush. The hoodies actually took a minute to sell out. They only had extra smalls left and they had 36. So I'm thinking they had 50 of each size is what I'm thinking.
So y'all had to pay for this stuff? No? So wait a minute. Did y'all stand in line to get some stuff that was available to be ordered online and then for them to have limited selection in person? Is that what? If so, this is ridiculous.
And the extra smalls were the only one left. Who the is wearing an extra small hoodie? Not me. Anyway, so they were updating us on everything that was selling out, right? They were saying the bronzers were getting a little bit low. While we got closer on hour 7 of waiting, they said they're running out of the glazing milks, 3 and 4. Okay, most people are shades 3 and 4, especially in that line. So then I was pissed off because you don't have the brush now, you don't have the hoodie, you might not have the bronzer shades, and you don't have the glazing milks. What am I waiting in line for then? What were the wristbands for?
Dare I say publicity? Dare I say allegedly? Unless it's harvesting of the energies. Make it make sense.
If you have a cap at 1,000 people, but you don't have enough products for 1,000 people, then why the are you promising 1,000 people that they're gonna get in and get products? Pause. So at this point, when we're towards the front of the line and they're saying they're low on bronzers and they're out of the glazing milks and like whatever the else, people are getting pissed off because now we've been waiting 8 hours, okay? We are sunburned. We're so fucking hot. We are dehydrated.
And none of that, sadly, was enough to get y'all out the line. Consumerism is just running rapid. And there's nothing wrong with buying stuff. It's the lengths that we keep seeing grown adults willing to go through to obtain these things, standing in these lines. And this sounded like a health crisis. Ma'am, you talking about sunburnt, thirsty, dehydrated, probably didn't have a lick of water nowhere. And for some brushes and makeup and some bags and maybe a sweater. And I understand that people love these products, but I truly feel this has to be a social experiment, and y'all are not going to convince me otherwise. It's too many of these situations popping up week after week after week, and we got to keep coming back, and it's like we're revisiting the same play, but a different company. And it's like, and y'all are like the characters in the game, and it's just different faces, and y'all say the same thing. It's just a different scenario. And then meanwhile, there's people watching y'all get on here and act confused about a play that we keep seeing over and over and over. And we're confused on why you're not getting it. And some people are confused why you set yourself up to be part of the play willingly, because nobody is making y'all go do these things, especially when the stuff is online. Like, this is interesting.
Like, we're pissed off. Our feet hurt. If you get out of line to like go get food or something, you better hope that the people will let you back in, because then you're going to the back of the line, babe. Like, thankfully, everyone was making friends, so you could just get right back in your spot. But towards the end, when they were out of glazing milks and everything, a lot of people were leaving. As they should, okay? But then magically, 30 minutes later, they restocked everything. So all the makeup was there. All the skincare and all the makeup was there. The only things they didn't have were the terry bag, the brush, and the hoodie. Whoop-de-do. So all those people that just waited 8 hours for, like, the glazing milk and the bronzers and the lip, they left. And then it restocked. Do you know how mad I would be if I had sat there for 8 hours and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave because they really don't have anything that I want, and I walk away and everything's restocked? Oh, I'd be so sick. So when I was talking to the head guy, I wish I got his name, I was saying, you know, I don't really think it's fair that, like, we've been here since 9 in the morning and, like, we don't get anything that we want. I was like, I think, like, genuinely, like, he kept saying, you know, we take a lot of pride in our customer service. Like, we want you guys to be happy. We want you to get what you want. I said, that's bull, because if you wanted us to get what we wanted, you would pull it from tomorrow's inventory. And he was like, well, how is that fair to the people tomorrow? The people tomorrow aren't here yet, bro. The people tomorrow haven't been waiting for 10 hours outside. That's how it's fair. The people don't know. Like, what are you talking about? You pull the inventory and then you cut Sunday because this is a show. And then he was trying to say, oh, well, we have, like, all of our pop-ups in New York and LA are successful. Like, we really underestimated this one. We didn't know people were going to show out for the Newport one.
They didn't think consumerism had them in a chokehold in any area for makeup? I don't believe that for a second. I don't.
I know people are going to show up for the Newport one. You mean to tell me you didn't think Justin Bieber's wife could pull like this? You mean to tell me that you can easily and smoothly run pop-ups in LA and in New York, but you couldn't do it in Rhode Island?
Maybe Rhode Island is practice. It's part of the experiment. Allegedly, I can't confirm nor deny, but maybe they wanted to see how it would go. Because I didn't even know about this other than people being mad about it in Rhode Island. And if we're being honest, when do we usually hear about these trends? And y'all are smart people. Do y'all ever notice that it's whenever they're angry, something didn't go right, people are cutting, there's a shortage of inventory, and then there's questions of why didn't they stock it? They knew we were coming out. They knew there was a demand. Why do they keep doing this to us? Do you ever notice right after everyone goes to social media and talks about how poorly ran the event was, it's just all one big coincidence? Question mark. Do y'all believe that?
Rhode Island, that is connected to Massachusetts, which has Boston, that New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, all those people are gonna travel to. You don't think Hailey Bieber is like, are you stupid? Don't come at me with that bullshit, bro. I've been waiting here for 9 hours. I'm hungry, I'm hot, and to be quite frank, I'm pissed the off. Like, And then what really got me at the end was when he was taking my order, they restocked the glazing milk. And he's like, well, at least the glazing milk is back. At least isn't that great? Yeah, buddy, that's great. That's great. And he's like, oh, and you also get stickers. Like, look at these stickers. They're amazing. The stickers. Stickers, bro. Genuinely and wholeheartedly and honestly, quite disrespectfully, the stickers. Because I think my entire thing was like, when you get in line at 9 a.m. for something that opens at 11 a.m., you think that you're gonna be able to get in and out of there quick, right? We were thinking, okay, we're here at 9:30, they don't open till 11, like, we will probably be done at like 4. Right. You know, there's 700 people ahead of us, we'll be done by 4. Rational thinking, right? We even thought, like, maybe that was a little bit crazy. 8 o'clock, mind you, standing through the rain, it started to rain, it is so hot. They're passing out waters, great, perfect. Nature Bar is passing out coffees, great, perfect. People are now dehydrated because we're drinking so much coffee. Drinking a lot of coffee. Waters, cookies, like, where the is the real food?
And this is what's getting me. I do find it quite interesting that unfortunately these things, when it comes to these products, it's like an afterthought. Standing in the line for an hour, my stomach already would have been rumbling. Like, I already would have been like, where's my H2O? People were, I'm sure, out there from 9 in the morning till 9 at night, just surviving off of whatever was given to them by whoever was running this event, if it was even a lot. And interestingly enough, she's talking about, oh, we're surviving off cookies and coffee and stuff like that. Every time that I see like these Rhode pop-up type videos, that's what they be eating. Like, it's like they have a matcha in their hand, a Stanley cup. The Stanley cup got a Stanley cup and a fuzzy ball on it somewhere or something. Starbucks cup. That's what I be seeing in the video. So I'm like, now when she's describing it, I'm like, that's part of the uniform, girl. That's what they be having in hand. That's what they show up to the event with. We been peeped that. Like, I ain't never seen y'all in the line with coconut water. But I digress. I think they was trying to give what they know their audience likes. Cause I would have failed too if I was on the marketing team with this. But I totally understand after like 12 hours of y'all being out there, that ain't gonna do it.
Bro, where's the fruits? Where's the pizza? Like, why are you not feeding us? We can't even leave the line without like our spot guaranteed.
You can leave the line because it's not that deep. But I get what she's saying. What's crazy is y'all are willing to like suffer. Like, this actually sounds like suffering. Like, suffer for what? It doesn't even sound like y'all, when you get the stuff, it was worth the suffering.
I don't know. I could genuinely rant about this forever, and I cannot believe, I can't believe I already ranted this much, but there's so much I could say about this stupid pop-up. That was so unorganized and unprofessional, and I don't want to hear the excuses, okay? It is 2026. You are a name brand. You are a big brand. That should not have happened. I'm sorry. That shouldn't have happened, especially if you have successful pop-ups in LA and New York. You solved nothing. He's like, write us an email. Like, we're really good at responding to our emails. You in your email. How about that? Okay. If you're going tomorrow, be so prepared. If you can't get there by 4 a.m., babe, forget about it. Literally forget about it.
And after seeing this and knowing what happens at some of these events, I want to know, would y'all even go? Because if I seen a video like this and I'm like, I can get the stuff online, why even risk the possibility of being hungry, tired, dehydrated, thirsty, sleep deprived, because a lot of y'all probably ain't getting no sleep and you out here at this event? Why do all of that if you could just get it online? Genuinely. It's the pop-up, the event that you're like, I need to be here. Like, I need to be in this line. Like, the lines. In 2026, it's taking me out. I'm convinced that we as a society love a line. For some reason, I blame Black Friday. Black Friday ain't even happened yet. Anyway, I guess that was practice to get y'all ready for stuff like this. Because now, it's an every week thing. We got Streamer University lines over there. We got people standing in line for watches, AP, sweaters, cookies, cakes. What's next? Like, now it's makeup. My point I'm making here is it's always something that we seem to be standing in a line for. And I just want us to break out of the shackles of the lines in 2020. Like, I'm going on strike. That's my proposal, is that we stop standing in these lines when we don't have to, and then getting online and acting as though we have the shackles on us. And we're forced to not leave until we participate in the consumerism. And we must leave with products in hand. I'm just so over it. I'm so over. I just really want us to do better as people because I value time, and I know a lot of you do too, and that's why she's upset. Her time probably to her felt wasted, which I can understand. And I can sympathize and empathize with the situation of like, hey, this could have been ran better. But when are we gonna stop? Like every week, y'all got the little, what's it, the Nidos, little trinket toy. It's always something. Is it not exhausting to y'all at this point? Now, ma'am, they ain't here talking about how old are you. There's nothing wrong with wanting things. That doesn't come with a age. So it's not to shame anybody for them doing this at a certain age. It's like, can we just have a conversation about at any age, 18 and above, you're not being forced to be there. You're not being forced to be there. This next comment says, this is so dystopian. I have to agree. I really do agree, it is. And other comments saying, mind you, this was optional. I agree. I agree, and I hate to be the one to be like, y'all, this is a lot, but it is a lot, it is. Others saying, this is so out of touch. All completely optional. I think you will be okay. Goodness. Others saying, why did I think everybody was waiting 8, 9, 10 hours for free products? 10 hours and you had to pay. If y'all had to pay, that is why I wanted to play this all the way, because it sounds like y'all had to pay. And if you could have did it online, essentially the time you wasted in the line was unnecessary. And I actually don't know why you would do that. I actually, it's not registering here in my brain, except you want to be in the mix of the chaos, because that doesn't make any sense. And even still, 9, 10 hours in line, that's your choice to do what you want, but you can't complain as though you were forced to be in the, like, nobody's handcuffing y'all. Can we stop the madness?
Come with me to my first public humiliation ritual, aka the Rhode pop-up in Newport, Rhode Island. I got in line at 8:30 a.m. and initially the vibes were hopeful. I thought I was in a pretty good position. Handed us water to keep us hydrated. And shortly after that, security came by and gave us wristbands. One of my friends was super ahead of me in line and she asked if I wanted anything. So I asked her to get me the Rhode hoodie. She secured the hoodie and came and dropped it off to me in line. That was a good move because by the time I got up there, it sold out. Nitro Bar was handing out banana lattes, and the Grand Dame herself made an appearance. Spoiler alert, Hailey Bieber did not show up. I didn't expect her to be there, but I didn't actually know what to expect at all. And Livy handed out these cute bracelets, Newport and Rhode Island Hallelujah. I got the Newport one, inched closer to Bowen's Wharf, finally tracked down one of the Nitro Bar lattes. It was delicious. I had 2 coffees while I was in line, one from Springline, one from Nitro. I handed out these scratch tickets and a wish list on the back. I didn't win anything, but the girl in front of me did. Had people coming around to the line so you could shade match to know what you wanted when you got up to the kiosk. Before I checked out, I got over here where they had popsicles. Finally checked out at 6:30 p.m. and the haul is already posted.
What's interesting is it says here on the bottom, dang, girl, jump scare, 10 hours out of 10. Do not recommend. Rhode pop-up, Rhode Island. And this is the crazy part. It actually does say here, wait, I thought it was for free stuff. You have to wait to pay? Yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all are absolutely tripping. Absolutely not. And someone here is saying, girl, my mom said the same thing after I told her I waited for 11 hours. Did they let y'all know that y'all had to pay for these items? And granted, I understand when a lot of these brands do these sort of events, they give stuff out for free. Like, I'm not sure if they did that at Coachella, but many times they'll have these events where they're like, hey, this is what we have available to the public. And they have these influencers come out, or these people who are going to be doing content, showing the product, blase, right? Nothing wrong with that. Going to a pop-up like this, waiting hours to pay, and all I seen was some basic makeup and some hoodies. And some coffee. Genuinely confused. What level of consumerism is this? because I honestly didn't see anything special. And it makes it worse, in my opinion, if you can get the stuff online, because for example, when Target does a lot of these launches and stuff, it's in person or it's online in very limited supply. But if that's not the case, you know? And I'm not sure, y'all gotta comment down below. Was this stuff available online or not? Or was it certain stuff that's available only in person? Because what do you mean you had to pay? And they said 10 hours. Is it Krenak? Is it Krenak is taking me out? Yes, I did say Krenak because I can't, you know, I can't say certain things. Other people said the obsession with this brand needs to be studied. Others saying a social experiment. I agree 1000%. Now I wanted to get some more insight about this whole Rhode thing and why it was such a big deal. And I went to the Rhode official website and it says here, Rhode Summer Station. We are going on tour for summer 2026. Okay. Starting in the US, with more stops to come in Canada and Europe. And it continues to say, Rhode Summer Station is your chance to experience the new collection. And I wanted to know what is in the collection and why is everybody lining up? Come to find out, Newport, Rhode Island is the first stop on this tour, right? But what's interesting about this is on the website, it says, please note that Rhode Summer Station is first come, first served. Wait times may be long. Do y'all see that? Wait times may be long. To be fair, they did tell y'all. However, it says, so please check the weather and plan accordingly. And don't forget SPF, a hat, or an umbrella. Now, their next stop seems to be Dallas, Texas, right? But I wanted to know what is available. And it says here, the Rhode products that will be available that everybody is lining up to get is this. It says Pocket Bronze, Highlight Milk, Glazing Mist, new shades of Peptide Lip Shape, and the limited edition Peptide Lip Tints. Snap-on lip cases, and a Terry bag. And it says surprise treats and exclusive tour merch will be available at each shop while supplies last. All products are final sale. Now, this is the interesting part. It says these will be available, but it doesn't really sound exclusive. This right here is what people seem to be lining up for. This is probably the biggest selling point, because I was trying to figure it out. Why are y'all in this line at 3 in the morning for something that you could possibly get online? And why is my hand getting stuck in my hair? Anyway, pull it together. It says, what items are the exclusive items being sold in each city? It says here, each stop of the Rhode Summer Station features an exclusive Rhode Tour hoodie. A hoodie. Yes, a hoodie. That is what all this is about. Why y'all are lining up at 3 in the morning, a hoodie? Because exclusive means you're only going to get that here, right? It's specific to this event. And then you're going to be able to say, you ain't got this because you didn't stand in line at 3:30 in the morning. That's why it's exclusive. And I find that very interesting. And it goes on to say, and the hoodies are designed uniquely for that location. The hoodie will be available at the kiosk and won't be sold online or after the tour ends. Quantities are limited and final sale. And what's interesting is I understand a lot of y'all were like, hey, I don't know why I had to stand in line that long, but it actually says here that the hours for the pop-up that was in Rhode Island where everybody was standing there all day, the hours were 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. And I'm only pointing that out for the future one that's coming up in Dallas on the 25th. Same hours. Will we see repeats? I don't know. Can't confirm nor deny. But the people who were at this pop-up in Rhode Island said, hey, they didn't even give us our stuff till like 6 o'clock. And they was there early in the morning. All by choice, by the way.
A day in hell, Rhode pop-up edition. I would just like to start off by saying all the staff was doing the best that they could and they were so nice, but oh my God, was this a show. My friend and I had arrived at 8 a.m. and we were 380 in line, which we were like, okay, not bad. About 90 minutes later, they capped the line at 1,100 because that was the most amount of wristbands that they had. They had a man, a part of security, and as every time somebody sat down, he would click the clicker so he could keep count of how many people were actually in the line. We're being told that we're getting wristbands, but we didn't actually get them until 3 hours later. And if you didn't have a wristband, you were not able to go into the pop-up. In my personal opinion, as everybody came in, they should have gotten wristbands off the bat, right as they sat down.
I agree with her on this because I don't know why they would wait 3 hours to start handing out the wristbands if that's what happened. That doesn't make any sense unless it's a plot that Todd set up, allegedly, to get y'all riled up and on TikTok.
But because that didn't happen, people were saving spots and friend groups were coming in and jumping in. So like an additional 30 people would just show up in front of you, and that pushes you back, obviously.
And y'all ain't say nothing. Okay, I mean, that's how y'all want to do it.
I would say about 4 or 5 hours just to move not even 100 feet. By the time we can finally see the R, it took us an additional 5 hours to get to the front.
Oh my gosh.
Girls are coming by, they're telling us things that are going out of stock. Terry bags went out of stock immediately, and so did the brushes, which I think is crazy because the Terry bags was 1 per person. So we were told it was going to be a max 2 hours in line. In total, I was in line for 10 plus hours. The security men were very, very nice, but they weren't able to answer questions, and they were allowing people to cut. So, and then again, when you ask the Rhode women questions, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, they're stunning, they're so nice, they could not answer any questions. For example, I had asked one of the ladies, I've heard people walk by and say that there's like extremely limited stock on the amount of hoodies you guys are selling today. Can you confirm or deny? And she said that she cannot confirm nor deny. So,
not them using my phrase, but okay. Rhode, let me find out y'all watching.
They had a sample station, which was nice. So you could like test out the products so you knew what you wanted before you got there, but that didn't help. The card machines, oh my God, don't even get me started. First of all, they don't take cash. So if you're planning on bringing cash, don't. Also, everybody and their mother was getting flagged for fraud on their cards and it would not go through. People were in line calling the bank at the front where you buy things because their cards wouldn't go through. All the cards kept getting flagged as fraud, no matter if you were from Rhode Island or not. They were waiting on people to call the bank as they were paying, which held the line back so much longer.
Now that's very interesting because it is a pop-up, but people being flagged, buying stuff at the pop. First off, this is just more confirmation that they stood outside and it was not free. It sounds like maybe the coffee that was given out was free, but I'm trying to understand what was the selling point or the reason why they wanted to stand in this line in the first place, because they had to pay.
And the taps on their machines weren't working, and only credit cards were going through for people. But eventually that did get fixed. But they had to shut down everything for an hour while they figured it out. I am now 10 people away from the front when I hear that all the hoodies are gone. All of them are gone. The one thing I waited in line for 10 hours, the hoodie's gone. And they weren't opening up more boxes for the day when they had probably a solid 100 people, maybe 200 people behind me. I am sobbing to this poor Rhode employee. And I'm like, I can't even have the one on display.
Sobbing over a hoodie? When are we gonna... Y'all, we gotta be more serious than this. A hoodie? What does hoodie look like?
I ended up getting one thing. I waited 10 hours to get one thing. I wanted a lippy also, but I was crying so much that I couldn't get the words out that I wanted one too. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. This is the bag. I got the highlighting milk. I got it in shade 4 because they ran out of shade 3. This is actually...
So you didn't get the shade you wanted either? You got one thing. After 8 hours, and you were shedding tears? Y'all, this isn't okay. Oh no, I just really want y'all to like wake up, so please.
Really good quality bag, I won't lie to you, but they also gave us temporary tattoos and these like stickers for free. They sold out of the Terry bag almost immediately. They sold out of the brush also almost immediately. They sold out of some of the bronzer shades, and then they sold out of the hoodies, but I think that was like and 3 of the highlighting milk, but like that was the most that I had heard. So the Rhode employee I was working with, she's like the head of something for Rhode. So she had given me her email and told me to email her so she could escalate my situation because I was sobbing about this sweatshirt.
So it's a sympathy play. What about everybody else that didn't get a sweatshirt? And because it's a lot of videos online about this. Not the tears getting you a sweatshirt that you were supposed to pay for. What? And people had to pay for this stuff. It's too much.
And I don't know what it's gonna do for me, but I did email her. So after that long, horrid day I had left. Also, one of the Rhode employees was giving away free lippies to a few girls, and when somebody else asked, she was like, I can't do that. And also, they had boxes upon boxes of hoodies still left in the R, which is like where it is, and they didn't open them. But one good thing that did come out of the day is all the friends that I had made, and everybody in line knew I wanted that sweatshirt, so that when they saw me after, they knew I was heartbroken.
Does that change any of this? That they knew you were girl, did they give you a sweater? Because if not, they didn't care that much. And allegedly having some in the back and them not giving it to y'all should tell you everything you need to know. I fear many of you don't want to see it though. You don't want to see this for what it is.
So yeah, that's my day in Rhode pop-up edition. I honestly don't recommend going. So underwhelming, such a waste of time. Everything there is being sold online besides the hoodie. But
essentially, some of y'all were standing in line just for the hoodie, if everything else is sold online, and some free coffee, allegedly, for around 9 hours.
the hoodie's pretty basic. So.
And it's a basic hoodie, according to what she's saying.
I know I wanted the hoodie really bad, and I'll honestly probably go back and get it.
Girl, you finna get on my nerves. And I'm glad you laughing about it, but it's not funny. It's really not funny. Girl, you went in the people's line and was crying over a hoodie that you had to pay for, then said you don't recommend it to other people, but then you done email whoever you done email about you getting a hoodie, allegedly can't confirm nor deny if it was a sympathy play, and then you say you might go back. Y'all just like ain't no hope left for like some of y'all. Y'all in too deep. You're in too deep. You're under the shackles and it's annoying. And y'all think it's funny, but girl, I know you was over there really crying. Probably over a hoodie that you're saying was basic. And that's how these dang brands got y'all wrapped up, that y'all will be contradicting yourselves all in one sentence, saying stuff that doesn't make logical sense. And will be mad and make a whole video telling, and I'm convinced some of y'all are just saying this so y'all can go to the pop-ups and try to get the dang hoodies yourself, trying to discourage everybody else so you can go back and have a better chance. Because there's no way you just said all of that to put your foot in your mouth like and be thirsty for a hoodie. Still, golly, it's really disappointing. It really is. I just really want y'all to do better. I want y'all to do better than this. Y'all don't deserve this sort of treatment. And that's what really be making me mad, is that y'all let them treat y'all however and you keep showing up for the foolery, for the dysfunction, and happily will do it. Look, she's smiling, showing all 103 52 teeth, however many teeth is in the dang human body. It's too many teeth showing on the screen. Get it off. Ma'am, you about to make me mad. And I don't want to be mad, so I'm gonna get you off the screen. Girl, yeah, they eating you up in the comments. They said you waited in line for 10 hours for a hoodie. I just can't. This is real. They said, girl, please. They said, day in hell. Kim, there are people insert the clip.
Your earring's gone. Kim, there's people that are
There are people, ma'am. And I'm just gonna read this to make y'all think. I wish people had this kind of energy for things that actually matter. Haley was probably having a great day making hella money while jetting coast to coast from the Knicks game to the FIFA game. They're referring to Hailey Bieber, and I believe she's the owner of Rhode and also Justin Bieber's wife. This applies not just to her brand, it's all of the brands. Many people say they don't like lining these rich folks' pockets, but what do y'all think y'all are doing? And I'm not saying that this woman here has an issue with Hailey Bieber or whoever. She may very well be a fan. I am saying that y'all are lining the pockets of really wealthy people. That's all I just want to point out. And I just want you to think about whose wallet are y'all lining? Because she wasn't out there for 10 hours standing in no line for a basic hoodie, allegedly. Y'all are. And I agree, she was probably having a great day, making a lot of money, as she should, as a business owner. That's the goal. And meanwhile, what happened to a majority of y'all? Y'all were standing in that line for 10 hours and to leave empty-handed and disappointed. That'd be one thing if y'all didn't care that happened, but a lot of you do care. So you just gotta think about how you'll feel if if you show up to these events and leave with nothing, because it's not a guarantee, y'all. Even if you've seen an organized pop-up somewhere else, that doesn't mean the one that you're at is going to be organized. Dysfunction happens all the time in business. It may be on purpose, I can't confirm nor deny, or it could be just a bad day. Nonetheless, nobody is forcing anybody to stand in line for 8+ hours. We're just not going to justify that and say that that's somebody else's fault. And I know that some of y'all had to use the bathroom and y'all was drinking all that coffee and y'all over there smelling like pretty farts, I'm sure, because coffee and some of y'all just gonna go right through you. Go right through you, and you at the Rhode event and y'all all got the makeup and the coffee, and I just know on a hot summer day, it's not a good combination. I wouldn't want to be near none of y'all. And y'all hot, sweaty, dehydrated, eating cookies. Now this is actual footage of the Rhode pop-up at 10:45 a.m. And this is the one in Rhode Island. Now, do y'all see this long line of people just standing? And it's barely any trees for some of the folks in the back. These folks over here got some trees at least for some shade. And here's more footage. Now, they said that the trumpets was getting louder for some of y'all, and I find that very interesting. And I bet they were loud because in some of these sections ain't no shade. Now, this says Newport Rhode pop-up day 3, and it's 3:30 a.m. Y'all are committed. Y'all at 3:30? Me and my pillow in my bed, we have an intimate moment at a Rhode pop-up. Okay, I gotta see.
It's around 3:30 now. This is what the booth is looking like. A lot of people are already sleeping in line. There's not much movement, but a lot more people have been added to the line. I'm gonna try and see if I can film a little bit for you. I'm not tired. I'm actually kind of like the adrenaline's pumping, but just walking around. This area is actually very nice. I've never been to this little side of Newport.
Why are your adrenaline pumping at 3:30 in the morning, and why is the line building? Oh my gosh.
I've only been to the mansion side. It is a little windy, but it's still pretty warm out. I actually do see some people wrapped around here. So I already see some chairs, some girls over there. So I walked all the way to the corner here. This is where most of those videos from days 1 and 2 are being shown. But right now, 3:40 a.m., this little corner here is where the line has stopped. So if there are already about 40 people in the gates where I am, then there's definitely over 200 now.
This is crazy, y'all. See, they have lawn chairs and blankets for items that all must be paid for, minus the hoodie. Why is y'all there at 3:30? This is crazy. For a blush? Oh my. Look at all these lawn chairs. Wow. Y'all out there up before the birds done chirp. And I'm a little disappointed in these comments because it says Rhode girlies are the best. Girlhood. Ain't no amount of brand loyalty, in my opinion, worth being up at 3:30 in the morning for a hoodie. This ain't even Black Friday deals. Black Friday deals ain't even good no more. It ain't even worth it for that. For a hoodie that you still gotta pay for? Oh my gosh. But I need to know what y'all think about all this down below. Do you think people are doing the absolute most over this Rhode pop-up? Do you think that it's even worth it for them to stand in line for these hoodies? Because mind you, they had to pay for all these other products that they got. Or do you think it's justified because it's Rhode? It seems like people really like this brand, but is it scary the lengths that they're willing to go being up before the birds are chirping for these products? Or is this just our new normal? But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.